Have you ever heard somebody talk about a patient's VQ mismatch and you had no idea what that meant? Don't worry, I got you, fam. VQ mismatch looks at how well a patient is oxygenating based on two factors. V, their ventilatory status, are they moving air? And Q, perfusion. Are they perfusing their pulmonary vasculature? And I know what you're thinking. Gwenny, perfusion starts with P, not Q. Okay, well, it was named by French physicians, and their word was quantite. I don't speak French very easily. Give me a little grace on that. But the quantity of blood that was flowing through the patient's pulmonary vasculature so that when they ventilate and bring oxygen molecules into the lungs, the blood flow can come by and grab those oxygen molecules and take them down to the tissue. So what about when they are mismatched? Well, ideally, we want both of these things to be happening. We want the patient to be ventilating and perfusing all the time. Look, I'm ruining my kitchen rug by getting red food coloring everywhere. But the problem lies in when a patient has one of these that are broken. If a patient is ventilating, but they're not perfusing well, let's say it's a neonate with persistent pulmonary hypertension, and that blood cannot flow through the pulmonary vasculature, or it's a patient with a pulmonary embolism. That's a roadblock that blocks this perfusion, but they're still ventilating well. We call that dead space ventilation because they're ventilating really well, but it's dead space. There's nothing happening. The money maker ain't happening there. Now, oppositely, if we have a patient who's perfusing really well, but they're not ventilating very well, say a patient with COPD or a patient who has overdosed on narcotics and they've lost their respiratory drive, that we call a shunt because we're sending blood to an area where there's no oxygen molecules to be able to pick up. So there you have it, a really oversimplification of a VQ mismatch.